So our final topic here is our top 5 board games released in 2018. Now, bear in mind, there are 5,000 entries on Board Game Geek.
So many.
We have not played 5,000 2018 released games.
We haven't played 4,900 and something of them.
We played we played enough, more than the average person, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, we've at least demoed a lot more than that. But, you know, some of the top games that are considered the best 2018 releases, we have not played. So this is just the ones that we have played and our favorites among those, which is interesting because you all mentioned some of them in the last topic. So I'm wondering what your lists are. I think we might actually have quite different lists.
Spoiler alert, I messed up.
All right, never mind.
I said a couple I shouldn't have.
That's fair.
Really? Okay.
That's fair.
Yes,
All right,
I wrote them here and I didn't X them out. I think Eric almost did it too.
Right.
So.
It was like, oh yeah, I gotta.
Yeah,
X that one out.
that did happen.
Let's start with Matt at number 5.
My number 5 is actually one I did not talk about was Keyforge. I'm not totally sold on the competitiveness of this, but just the game itself. If you want to just buy it and kind of get a TCG feel, not take all the time and headache of trying to construct a deck and everything, this is a perfect game to pick up. I do like the mechanics of it, or the having the 3 factions in a deck, and depending on which one you pick is what you choose, and actually use its actions and everything. So this game was super hyped at Gen Con. I kind of went into it being leery just because things getting overhyped.
Just because gimmicky.
Yeah, gimmicky.
Gimmicky and hype is two bad combinations sometimes.
But I was surprised that it is fairly solid. So, Keyforge.
Yep, I thought about putting it on here. I would almost put it as an honorable mention. We'll see what happens.
And it might have been higher, but we did just do a demo. I haven't played any of it, but that is.
I've got decks, that's
yes,
you.
So being number 5 is strictly on a demo basis. So.
Yep. I've been playing it multiple times at work. I've probably played it 6 times at work now.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Last 2 weeks, because my friend at work got some decks. So
cool.
We've been playing on lunch, and it's interesting because the first thing is, you remember when you play Hearthstone for the first time, you're like, this is simple.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start playing for Hearthstone, you're like, oh, I'm starting to realize the little intricacies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
little things that go together, and
yeah,
right.
I'm getting there. Although we're gonna have to get some decks and play it, and actually do a topic about it, because there's a lot to be said.
Sure, right. Number 5 for me, right?
Yep.
Same thing, Keyforge.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
I'm just gonna change mine.
Yeah, don't have my own decks, but play Tim's decks. Gary came over. He has, I believe, like 8 or 10 decks, and we played all of his decks. So yeah, I one thing I don't like to do before playing a game is the Magic thing, I guess. I mean, I used to play a lot of Magic, and I enjoyed it while I played it, but I don't like getting out a game and creating a deck. I like deck builders, where you build a deck as you're playing it, but to pre-form a deck to play a game, it just doesn't appeal to me at the moment. So this kind of fixes that, and you're still able to play that type of game.
Right.
So
All I'm saying is booster draft, not booster draft, but like blind deck games, tournaments. You just go pay $10, get a deck, start playing.
yeah, I'm all right with that.
I'm looking forward to that. My number 5 is Endeavor: Age of Sail. This game, this was going to be on the surprises, but it is actually really, really good, and I had a lot of fun with it. It is quite simply, it didn't feel like it would be a game I really enjoy, but I really, really like this game. I just like the fact that you only do this 8 rounds, and then the first round's over in like 5 seconds, and you're like,
this game's gonna be fast.
Yeah, it is not. The game just gets snowball as far as how each round is.
Takes longer.
Takes longer and longer, and it kind of like ramps you up into the strategies and stuff. Oh man, so good.
Yeah, and at first you're not like, this is a pretty big map. There's no way we're gonna go to every spot.
Yeah.
But by the end, you're hitting every spot.
Yeah, you're like taking out people so you can take their spot.
Right. So yeah, if I would have remembered it, it would have probably made my list.
It was on the.
It probably was. I glanced through that list.
If I would have saw it,
if I would have saw it, it would have made my list.
That's fair. All right, number 4, Matt.
My number 4 is this is the one I've already mentioned, which was the role players.
I do.
Monsters
As
and
soon as you
Minions.
said that, I was like,
Yeah, so I've already talked about it, I guess, but it adds the extra layer of if you don't feel like buying anything, there's monsters there that you can actually use the dice you've been placing to fight and everything. The big boss monster thing, fairly neat. So yeah, it gives you something else to try and work forward, towards at the end of the game. So good times.
Cool.
what's your number 4, Eric?
Number 4 for me is Reef. It's an abstract strategy game. It's really simple. Basically, on your turn, you're gonna take a card or play a card. Each card has 2 different things that you're gonna do. You're gonna grab pieces. You're gonna put them on your board, and then you're also gonna score. The bottom half. The top half is not gonna really coincide of what you're doing on the bottom half. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Looks great. So yeah, made my number 4.
You know what? I would have put this on my list. I'm just terrible at it, and I was like, but I meant to put it on my favorite games played.
Oh,
on the last topic, and I totally did not. And I have it on here. I just did not organize that game into that spot. So it's in the list of all the games I kind of wanted to mention or whatever, instead of actually putting it where it should have been. So yes, I actually really enjoyed this game. I'm not very good at it, or at least I wasn't when we played it.
Yeah.
I did horrible, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's just really puzzly too.
right.
So my number 4 though is the same as Matt's, role player Monsters and Minions. Obviously being a top 10 game for me. The expansion is just awesome. I don't think I'll not add it. I would say that I'm not enamored with everything in it, honestly. Like, I really like the small minions
Right.
that you fight. The boss
final battle?
was garbage.
Right,
It's
bad.
whatever. It's
Right.
cool that it's there, but I feel like it wasn't that necessary, or the way they implemented it, where it's just a final die roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like whoop-de-doo, but at the same time, everything else added into the game is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 3, Matt.
My number 3, I would have talked about it earlier, but I couldn't because it was the one I remembered that was on this list. Luxor. This is a lighter game, but I really like the hand management part of it.
Yeah, it's very unique.
To dictate your movement and everything. And yeah, man, it just turned out to be a lot of fun. It is a kind of light style family game, but man, it was a good time. I probably will pick this up at some point. So
Fair enough.
Luxor.
Cool.
Speaking of Reef, I came in second, tying with Eric. So I guess I didn't do that bad.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me is The Mind, which is actually, it would have also made my surprising.
I did not know you all played that.
2018.
Where'd y'all play that at?
Gen
Gen
Con.
Con.
Oh, Gen Con.
Quite-
Actually, like
quite a few
right
times.
before we played Nyctophobia.
I bought it. They had it at Target for $10.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Have you played it?
no, but I bought it. I was like, it's $10. I heard it's pretty good.
Bring it
So-
over tomorrow.
Oh, that tomorrow would be a good time to play it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's 8 players. But
Oh, you don't think it is?
It's gonna be down 6.
It's
but,
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is it 6?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
It was $10. I bought it.
Yeah.
Let's-
Anyway, I didn't really have. I actually had low expectations because I was like, a deck of cards 1 to 100, and I have the general theme of it. And I was like, that's gonna be all right, I guess. But actually playing it,
4.
I did have.
Oh, 4.
Oh, I did have a lot of fun playing it. So I think it's pretty simple. You can have your grandma come play with you. She'll get it. So
I would add this to my list because I really enjoyed it. It's just not a game.
it's an activity.
It's more of an activity. I don't think it should have been nominated for the Spiel des Jahres. I don't
No,
think it fits that category.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a game. It is a really good and awesome activity to play. I use the word play.
Yeah,
I know that everybody's going to
definition of game?
nitpick that. I
No.
just don't think it's a. I don't know. I don't know. I don't consider this a game.
Well, it has some other mechanics. I forgot what it was. It was Ninja Stars. You can
That's just a.
stuff like that. So it
somebody
had a
could say,
little
like-
bit more to it.
And if everybody does that, then you can say, let's use a ninja star, and I think you get rid of your lowest
No, you show
or your highest.
You show everybody your lowest.
I think it's your lowest number
Mhm.
or something like that, and you get rid of. You don't show
Or
it, you get
highest.
rid of it.
Oh, do you get rid
and
of it?
all
Oh,
players
that's
do it.
right. I
Yeah.
know we also played it wrong first, like the first 1 or 2 times. It was really hard. but then we played the actual way that you're supposed to play it, and it was better.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have anybody teaching us. We just kind of sat down, I think, and like somebody just who played it just then explained it.
Oh, that's what it was.
And then
They
the next time we sat down and
incorrectly.
played it, an actual demoer explained the whole game to
Taught
us.
us the
Not that
correct
there's
way.
that many rules.
Right, yeah. You can't really, get it too wrong.
Yeah. My number 3 is Pioneer Days.
Oh, yeah.
It is phenomenal. It is awesome. The components are great. I love dice games where you use them to basically, or I'm sorry, dice drafting games.
Mm-hmm.
The only way it could have been better is if you gave me a bag and had me build stuff.
Right.
I mean,
And say push your luck and back build.
yeah. So I really, really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That game was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh man.
I remember reading it, but I was like, I don't remember that. But now that you're sitting here talking about
you
it,
saw the list, but you didn't think of the event.
yeah, now I remember what game we played it with your mom.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Really good game. What's your number 2, Matt?
I just recently played this, and I know you guys kind of hyped it up. I don't know how hyped it is in the gaming community, but Gizmos.
Yeah.
I really liked Gizmos. I liked Potion and Explosion, which just kind of has that feel, but
Right.
it, at the same time doesn't feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun to get the combos. I think I did pretty bad at this game compared to George and Eric, but I still had a lot of fun doing it. So that should tell you something if you do poorly at a game and you still had fun. So
Right. Cool. Number 2 for me, I'm thinking maybe this is at least on one of your lists, Everdell. Like the critters, like the gameplay of it, the tableau building, great theme. Like I said, it has some worker placement aspects to it. So, yeah, overall, pretty awesome game. I knew it was supposed to be a pretty good game. It did exceed what I was thinking it would be.
That's fair. My number 2 is Gizmos. This was the primary game I wanted to pick up at Gen Con.
Mhm.
After we played the prototype at Origins, I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
So good. So fun. What's cool is the gimmick is absolutely unnecessary. They could have had a deck of cards that you flip over 6 cards and they have a marble represented on it. But the fact that they added this 3D element of a marble machine that spits out marbles, it does add to the game somewhat, I guess. But oh man, really good game. It's interesting to see people bash it, but because I was looking online, like some people don't like it. Some people, obviously no game is for everyone,
right.
So it makes sense. But I don't know. I like the fact that you can have these outlandish combos happen,
Yeah.
and it's just so cool like that. And some people are comparing it to Splendor, and I'm like, not every game has to be like Splendor that has 4 colors and cards in a grid in the middle of the table.
Yeah, it has colors, ladder.
It has colors. It's Splendor.
It's Splendor.
Yeah, but I mean, the combo system is really what makes it unique and super fun to me.
Yeah, and it's similar, I guess, but it does have the building aspect, and you're trying to ladder build and everything, but then the combos are just so over the top.
Yeah. It's only similar because there's cards in the middle of the table that you buy, and it's an engine building game.
Right. Yes.
I mean, it's not like those games don't exist, and it's not like games didn't exist before Splendor. I like Splendor, but I'm just saying.
Honorable mention?
Sure.
I put Root, actually. I talked about it already.
That's fair.
But
we do what we want.
I meant to not talk about Root earlier and put it in my honorable mention. And it was mainly just because of I did really enjoy it. I think our experience was a little tainted because of Eric. And
Sorry, guys.
but I do look forward to maybe giving this game another chance. Do you have the expansion already?
No, I don't have the expansion.
Oh, okay. Well, there is an expansion for it, but yeah. So Root, that's my honorable mention.
I totally forgot about doing an honorable mention. I had a 6 and I kicked it out, but I don't remember.
You don't remember
what
what it was?
Yeah.
I'll talk about mine, and if Eric remembers it, he can chime in.
Sure.
I have 2 that I'm going to talk about. One is I debated on not putting it at all, but that's why it's an honorable mention, but it's Papua. Remember that game we played?
Papua.
Papua. Well, it's a Dever game. It's made by the same company that made Michael Strogoff. I just don't know if it's published yet. It came out at Essen, but in the US, I think it might be a 2019 game.
No.
I don't know. Either way, it is an honorable mention because I'm not 100% sure on the release date. But it is really good. I thought it was fine. There are some things about the game that I need to play it a few more times to make sure it's going to be awesome. But at the same time, it was enough to mention it as an honorable mention because it's in there. I just don't know if it can solidify its spot. And the second game is Sword Crafters because awesome. The only reason it's an honorable mention and not part of my top 5, it probably would have knocked down Endeavor. I know that's crazy because Endeavor's really good. I really like Sword Crafters. It's a fun game. The fact that the extended edition is what I like and the basic edition is forgettable.
Is what's for actually for sale.
Yeah, that makes it disappointing to me, but that's it. I mean, it's not the components or anything like that. I mean, without going into details, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. I just wish that the extended edition was the basic edition. So anyway, that's my honorable mentions. Other than Keyforge, we'll just throw it on there.
Yeah, actually, I had that written down and I never talked about it. So.
Keyforge?
No, Sword Crafters.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But my number 1 is, yes, no surprise, it is Everdell.
All right, so we're just... Oh, no, wait. Eric's is different. Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Eric, what's your number 1?
I'm guessing you both had Everdell
hold up.
as your 1.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Everdell.
Do you need to do your honorable mention?
No, I didn't have one.
Okay. Yes.
So Everdell first, and then Eric will finish with his number 1. Surprisingly, is not Everdell.
Well, it was a contender for 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah. I know why. Okay, so yeah, I know why. This game is awesome.
Everdell?
Oh, dude, everything about it is awesome. The only thing
was this yours too? Is
yes,
that what just happened?
It's
okay,
my number 1. Sorry.
I didn't keep up with what happened. So.
Eric's is number 2 is Everdell.
I think the only thing that kept it from it is, for me, the worker placement aspect was a little lacking because the worker placement areas
were undesirable.
Yeah, you kind of only do it when you need to.
You just did it because, it gave you 2 resources or something. So
yep, I think the worker placement could have been a little stronger, but other than that,
the rest of the game was awesome.
It could have been also those 4 cards that came out. Maybe ours weren't as amazing for the game that we're playing or our strategies, but man, I would have liked to see more buildings that allow people to come into your territory and worker place onto them so that you can get cool stuff. But other than that, oh, so good.
Yep. And critters.
All right, so talk about it, Eric. I know what it is.
You know what it
Matt,
is?
you want to guess what it is?
What Eric says?
It's the only game that we didn't play.
It's the only game we didn't play.
Tim might kind of know.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Do I say it or do you say it?
Go ahead.
Rising Sun.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right inside.
That's right.
It has great components, miniatures, especially, I play the Kickstarter version, so, I might...
Now he has unrealistic expectations of the retail product.
Right. That is a big downfall to the game. I'm not sure. I'm guessing I'm going to like it just as much, or maybe not 90% as much if I get the base game. But I'm sure the Kickstarter versions and different things that it's added to the game helped me like it a little bit better.
What did it add other than just more monsters and bigger components?
More monsters. There's the components were a little different. They were upgraded. Instead of cardboard, they were plastic pieces.
That draws you all in.
Yeah,
I look past that. I'm like, fine. All right, that's cool.
So, I believe they also have some upgraded components for one of the clans, the Big Turtles. I'm not sure if that's in the base game or not. Anyway, I did like the action system and how it kind of worked out, and you made alliances in the game and you had negotiation. So I do like those type of games. So yeah, it had a unique honor system. Pretty good game. We should get it in.
Oh yeah. I mean, somebody should buy it because I think that we would like it.
I'll probably end up picking it up in some form or another.
Interestingly enough, make a prediction. Out of Matt and I, do you think we will like it or not?
I think you would like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think it fits the normal bill that we go for?
Well, it's not our day-to-day type of game, but I believe you would like it. If you like,
Blood Rage.
Blood Rage. Yeah. It's kind of similar, but it is different from Blood Rage.
It's different enough.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, cool. Did you think of an honorable mention yet?
No.
All right, that's cool.
Drop mix? No.
Drop mix.
we got our drop mix. Is got it for the kids. They never play with
It
it.
was last year anyways. But yeah.